I don't trust this guy at all. And it's not because of this god-awful outfit. No, the pieces are falling together in such a way that I genuinely think he has some ulterior motives. But of course, this video comes with spoilers up through chapter 1179. If you haven't read that far, then scroll on. Garling feels like the outlier of this group. Like the kid your mom is forcing you to play with, but the group doesn't really rock with. It seems like whenever they draw Garling with the elders, they tend to separate him from the pack. Of course, when we saw him announce that he himself is now an elder, he was met with disrespect. The other four telling him to know his place. And even when he takes his seat, that seat seems to be separated from the rest of the group. And then of course we have the most recent chapter where Emu announces to the elders that he is leaving for Elbaf. And we see the four original elders objecting to this vehemently. And yet again, Garling is not with them. But he comes charging in, not only agreeing with the fact that Emu should leave, but pushing for it. He says that Shamrock has quelled the situation here at the Holy Land, but they have a big problem in the lower world. He pushes to up the military might, and then continues to lament about the fact that ever since Nika appeared, it has just gotten worse and worse for them. The original elders continue their objections, while Garling continues to support this decision, saying we do not have the right to stop the Great One. He's strong and independent and don't need no elder. I know the theory that one of the elders is going to betray Emu is nothing new. Many people say it's Mars because he's always standing when the other elders are sitting. Some people say it's Nosjuro because he's not suited up like the rest of the boys. And others point at Jupiter because he's the youngest out of the bunch. But no, I think our newest Gorosei member will be the one to betray Emu. And I think our biggest hint to that is this moment right here in the Harley at the bottom left corner, where it shows a giant demon, seemingly Emu, with a boat of 5 people with 1 person falling off. Now you could just say that this is Saturn getting owned and Garling replacing him, but I see this as a sign that one of them is going to jump ship in the late game of the story. But now the next question is, why is Garling going to betray Emu? And I think it's relatively simple. I think he wants the throne, or at least the power that comes with it. I think Garling is a family man, and I think he wants to see him and his boys sitting atop this world. This may be a bit of a reach, but I feel like Garling was incredibly happy to have Shanks back at the Holy Land for the small amount of time he did. He seems proud of the boy, especially with his remarks about how even though Shanks grew up in the lower world, he still has the strength potential of Shamrock. And I know this is going to add fuel to the Nepo Peace fire, but hear me out. Shamrock is currently the commander of the Holy Knights, obviously taking over that position from his father. But at the minimum, we know Sommers has been a Holy Knight for longer than Shamrock has been alive. So Nepo Peace fans, this is your guy. He wants the Garling family to rule the world, and I think he will do whatever it takes to achieve that, even if that means giving up his humanity to the Great One. With Garling being the only Gorosei who does not fear Emu leaving the Holy Land, I think he has a plan. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments.